I've got so much rhubarb out there, and I love it. I absolutely love rhubarb. I never used to like it. I used to just think it was kind of, I think, sort of granny-ish for some reason, but I've fallen in love with it. You can do so much. It's a vegetable, by the way, so let's call it a best ugly vegetable, because lots of people don't know what to do with them. Because I'm going to stew it like I normally do, but you can pickle rhubarb. I've had that before. It's delicious. But I normally stew it and I have it on my cereal, that sort of thing. But I was thinking about puddings. You could definitely do like a cobbler or a crumble. But I was thinking, my mates at Freya's, they've just made a brioche style bread. So, you know, look at the colour of it, nice and yellow and soft. I thought, why don't I make a rhubarb and brioche bread pudding? So let's have a crack at that. Now, we all love really deep red rhubarb like this, but sometimes it's a bit greener, but it's still delicious. However, in the past, and don't tell anybody, this is one of the secrets, a little bit of red food colouring in there, but that's between you and me. I always like to add some acid to my rhubarb, and I've got some mandarins, so I'm going to use the juice of those and the zest, some zest in there. Squeeze that in, drop them in. A little bit of sugar, and again, when I do this, I just sort of guess it, and when it's cooking down, I taste it and go, oh, it needs a little bit more. But rhubarb's really tart, so that's why we love it. It's this really lovely balance of sweetness and tartness. A little bit of that in there. And then I was thinking, because it's about 5 o'clock on a Saturday and I feel like a glass of wine. This happens to be my beautiful Shiraz. I'm going to add some Shiraz to that, which will help with the colour. Some Shiraz in here. That'll help me feel better. So it's not a lot of liquid, because the rhubarb itself has a lot of liquid in it. But it is one of those recipes that, again, you don't need a recipe. You just know you need some sugar, a little bit of acid, and I'll just cook this down, and in 5 minutes, literally, this will start breaking down. And in 10 minutes, it'll be done. Sweet and tart. Just how I like it. Sweet tarts. Look at that. Beautiful. I've been thinking about it, and I thought most bread puddings also have like raisins or dates and things in there. But I thought with the rhubarb, we could use some of these. The craisins, which is basically dried cranberries. So I'm just going to do this. Bit of that. That's the beautiful rhubarb. A few of those, and then I just go again. Nice healthy amount of rhubarb. Layer it. There we go. Simple. So it's not a bread pudding until we put a custard on it. I don't really have a recipe. It's just sort of in my head, but for something like this, I think 4 eggs, probably around a cup of cream, cup of milk. Sweeten it with a bit of sugar, but we might put a bit of maple syrup in there too. What else? I think a little bit of cinnamon would go all right in there, wouldn't it? It's amazing vanilla grown up in the islands. And that's it, really. I'm just going to pour this over. I'm just going to soak it in. Yes, chef. Just because we can. And that is going to go in the oven. Some people let it sit for an hour before they put it in the oven, but I'm hungry, so it's going in the oven now. Thinking about 170 degrees, probably about 35-40 minutes. How good. It smells crazy good. I've been having a think though. I was thinking, mate, how could I get a bit more texture in, because I really love the crunchy bits at the top. I've never done this before, but I thought I could do, let's try a bit more sugar, like this, and then we kind of brulee it. It's worked a little bit, but it's burnt the tops. However, that's the thing about burnt sugar, is it's gonna, add a little bit of bitterness to this, which is not gonna be a bad thing as well. I'm gonna leave that sit, but look at it. Doesn't that look outstanding? A little dusting of Charlie on there. Code name for icing sugar. How good does that look? Right. We'll just put a little bit more of that on there, just because we can. We're going to have another little bit of whipped cream. And we'll just leave this little spot here for the custard. Here we go. Oh, yes, chef. Yes, chef. I mean, it's pretty much R18, I reckon. That is serious. I know that is going to eat like $1 million, actually, and because we've worked so hard in the kitchen, and some of the Shiraz, my tipping point Shiraz is actually in the pudding. It would be rude not to. Could eat it all day long. There's no lying. You can't lie about that. Look at it. Everything in there is amazing. The brioche, the crunch on the top, the sort of sweetness and colour of the rhubarb, but there's still that kind of sourness and bitterness in there. Cream balancing it, creme anglaise balancing it, texture. Boy, this is a new, I reckon I've taken it up a notch. You've got to try this. Really good.